Are we made of stars?
We had some follow-up questions. How did the universe start? How did the elements form? What elements are we made of?
Do you ever wonder how the universe started or where we came from? Scientists believe the universe started with an explosion also known as the Big Bang. This theory suggests that our universe first started. It was condensed in a small space when something offset the balance and the universe exploded with a big explosion. Everything began to evolve.
The universe was once condensed when something offset the balance and the Big Bang theory happened. Protons, neutrons, and electrons are the parts of an atom. Protons, neutrons, and electrons were moving too fast for nuclear fusion. After about a second, things cooled down enough for nuclear fusion. This happened inside a nebula. Protons and neutrons were lonely, not bound together. There was enough energy for them to interact with each other and enough high density. A hydrogen atom has one neutron, one proton, and one electron. Two hydrogen atoms fused together. The new element then had two neutrons, two protons, and two electrons, also known as helium. Helium then turned into lithium, and so on. Two nebulas either collided or one collapsed, which made a solar nebula.
After the solar nebula collapsed, nebulas rotate, flatten, and become warm near the center. Planetesimals form within the nebula. Large and small planetesimals collide, forming planets. With what remaining gas and dust is left, a star is born and blown out of the new solar system. Planetesimals collide and combined and made a planet also known to us as Earth. Planetesimals continued to collide with Earth, and the energy of their notions heated the Earth. The temperature rose, causing the rocky material on Earth to melt. The Earth is still cooling. Volcanoes, earthquakes, and hot springs are a result of this. As rocks melted, denser elements such as nickel and iron sunk to the center of the Earth. A result of this was the crust, mantle, and the core were created. Earth's atmosphere at this point was molten rock, released water vapor, and carbon dioxide.
Earth cooled and its atmosphere changed again. Volcanoes released chlorine, nitrogen, and sulfur. Water vapor condensed to form Earth's first oceans. Hydrogen atoms were condensed into planetesimals made of ice, also known as comets. Comets crashed into Earth, which changed the Earth's atmosphere. Comets brought in a new range of elements like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Melting comets also helped contribute to the water in the first oceans. Ultraviolet radiation may have helped produce the conditions necessary for life. Earth's early atmosphere didn't have a protective ozone layer. Over time, broken up material from the UV rays collected in the Earth's waters. Water offered protection from the effects of UV radiation. In these pools of water, chemicals may have combined to form the complex molecules that made life possible.
Blue-green algae appeared in the waters of the earth. They produce food by photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process of absorbing energy from the sun and carbon dioxide from the atmosphere to make food. The blue-green algae release oxygen. Photosynthetic organisms help form the atmosphere to become the mixture of gases it is today. As oxygen levels increase, carbon dioxide was slowly being taken out of the atmosphere. The oxygen helped create the ozone layer in the upper atmosphere. The ozone layer blocked most of the UV radiation and made it possible for life in the form of simple plants. The plants gave oxygen, and the oxygen was necessary for life.
Are we made of stars? Yes. The 5 main elements we are made of were once a part of a star. In fact, a few of them were created inside a star. The more dense elements formed in the stars. They formed when protons and neutrons were lonely, not bound together. There was enough energy for them to interact with each other and enough high density. A hydrogen atom has one neutron, one proton, and one electron. Two hydrogen atoms fused together. The new element then had two neutrons, two protons, and two electrons, also known as helium. The 5 main elements we are made of are hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus. After a star of heavier elements died, their elements were spread all over the galaxy. So yes, we are made of the same elements as stars. So the answer to the question, are we made of stars, is yes.